and we wanted to tell you guys about our Digitour experience.
We went to the one in San Diego, California.
At the Del Mar Fair, and Matt Espinoza,
Heffron Drive,
Cody and Marcus Johns,
Lindsay and Morgan, I don't know how to say their last name, but it starts with a D,
Trevor Moran,
Brett Riviera,
Josh Levi,
Al Calderon,
Ryan Beatty,
and Big Nick were all there.
and we actually thought
Nash and Cameron were gonna be there.
but that was only for the New York one, and we didn't see that, and so
when you went on their website, like, it shows and it says like 80 plus guests including, and it said like Nash, Drew, and Cameron Dallas, so we're like, oh my gosh, let's go. But
that was only for the New York one. So if you are going to the Digitour, then you should look at that first, because just because they're on the website doesn't mean they're going to be at your Digitour.
But it was still good.
Yeah, okay. So it was free to stand like in the front of the stage, or you could buy like tickets and you could buy seats. And we bought seats just because we didn't know how
packed it was going to be, because we like didn't have a ride there till like later in the evening because our parents were working and my sister couldn't take us because she had something to do. And so we're like, well, we don't want to get there and like not be able to see anything or stuff like that. So we bought seats, and they were like, what, $40?
Yeah,
like $40 for seats. They were good seats.
but we once we got there and once it all started and everyone got in, we realized that there was not that many people standing in front of the stage. So we decided to go stand in front of the stage. So we left our seats, and we didn't use our seats the whole time. We started like at the side of the stage.
To the right.
But we ended up making our way all the way to the middle at the very front center stage.
And that was until like the very end. But that was like when Heffron Drive came on, like they were the last ones, and we were at center stage, and we were with this cool group of girls. They were funny.
Yeah, but the stage was like really high
Tall.
up, so like you couldn't like
really see anything unless they were really like close to the front of it.
Yeah.
So who went first? I think like Lindsay and Morgan came out first with Big Nick. And they started like announcing who all was gonna be there and stuff. People screamed when they heard their favorite person's name. But then she said like Al Calderon, and nobody screamed. And I kind of felt bad, but I was like, it happens, you know? So they went through that. And then did Cody and Marcus come out first?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody and Marcus Johns came out first. And then they were taking selfie, and of course they played the selfie song.
Yeah, and they just made a few videos with us.
And then one of them took their shirt off. Just saying. I wish I would have gotten a picture of that. But we were up in our seats at that time, so like you really couldn't.
Yeah, we didn't go down until right before Brent went on, and Brent was like the third person.
Yeah, something like that, because you had Al Calderon and Josh Levi went after that, and we were up in our seats for that, and we're all like, well, let's go down. Her mom was like, why don't you girls go down and see? And so in between, like, Al Calderon finished and Josh Levi, when he was on, we went down.
Yeah, and then Brent came on next, and he wasn't on for very long at all because there was a lot of people there and they had to get through everyone. And so he came on for, what, like 10 minutes?
5-10 minutes. He came on with his brothers on, like, little bike thingies. They were so cute.
Yeah, so they came on and made a few videos and talked to us for a few minutes.
He did the
and he let some girls ask him some questions, and then he went off, and who was next?
Matt.
Yeah, they're like, okay, and next, Matthew Espinoza, and everyone freaked out, and everyone started throwing all of their stuff onto the stage.
Like water bottles, stuffed animals.
Everything they had, they would just throw on the stage, and he kind of just like pushed it off the stage and like ignored them. And
and I didn't know like Matthew rapped, like, so when he started doing it, I'm like, oh my god, he raps, and I like started freaking out. And Yeah.
So like he rapped, and then
he tried jumping off the stage.
Yeah, he tried to stage dive, but he didn't realize how high the stage was, and so he kind of fell off. And then he tried again on the other side of the stage and fell off again, and it just wasn't working out.
It was really funny because the person, like, I don't know who it was beforehand, jumped off, and like they landed it really well and stuff. And so then Matt was all like, oh, I can do it too, because he tweeted afterwards, and he's like, I just tried to jump off the stage and I fell. And I'm like, yep, I know, I saw.
Yeah, so we waited for everyone to be done, and then after everyone went,
when you leave, like, you had to, it was like, you know what horse races are, like, it was on like a horse track. So like you had to exit out. We went and we got bands, like wristbands that said Digitour and stuff. And us thinking, like, oh, you know, let's just go home. We're walking to go out, and we pass like this food truck, and we see these girls like in this area chasing people and freaking out, and we're like,
who are they chasing?
So we run after the girls, like we're like, let's figure out, just run and go. So
we were chasing this person who we had no idea who it was.
I was talking to this girl, and I think it was Cody, Marcus, John. Yeah, who they were chasing.
Yeah, but they went into like this area that was like
caution
taped off, and so we weren't supposed to go in there. So they go in, and then this one girl standing next to me, she's like, watch this, and she breaks the caution tape. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, come with me, I don't want to go by myself. And she starts running, and everyone just kind of like stops and looks at her, and she's like, is anyone gonna come with me? And then the security guard starts coming, and so she's like, oh shoot, and so she runs away. And then we decided we were gonna, there was one car in this area.
It was like a promotion car, like one of those things where like you can look at it and stuff, and it's like, it was like a car you could look at.
Yeah, so we decided we were gonna hide underneath the car until the security guard was gone.
Oh, so, and between all of that, Josh Levi, Al Calderon, and I think the two sisters, Lindsay and Morgan, they all like ran through, and everybody started freaking out, and Amanda goes and she chases, like we're chasing after him, right? And like I touch his hand, the other girl we were with like touches him and touch all of them and stuff. Amanda touches his butt. That's what she goes for. But then when like that was when the caution tape was broken, and so one of the girls like just stops in front of him and goes, no, and like yells at us, and it's like, stop it, you cannot go after them.
And she like yelled at us, and it worked though. Like everyone stopped, and then the security guard came and he was kicking everyone out. So we hid under the car, and so then he leaves and he like shuts the gate and everything so no one can come back in. But we're still in there underneath the car.
He didn't look that well.
Yeah, and so he leaves after he thinks everyone's out. And we get out and we see this girl standing there. And we're like, what are you doing? And she's like, my friends just ran back there. We're like, wait, your friends ran back there? She's like, yeah, but I didn't want to go. I didn't want to get in trouble. And we were like,
we'll go.
We're like, oh my gosh, let's go. So we start running after her friends. And
then we notice like security is coming back.
So we lay on the floor.
Like I ran up in like to the stands area, and I like hide under the stand.
I just laid on the floor, and the security walked right past me, and then I got up and I kept running, and then we found that girl's friends, and we were like, are you her friends?
Back there?
And
like,
they're like, yeah, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go with you, and they're like, okay, come on, and so there's like, what, 10 of us?
Yeah, like girls, we're like, where's everybody else? She said you came in with a big group, and like the stands like dead ended at that point, so you couldn't go any farther unless you went back and you went down. So this girl, we were like, where's everybody else? She's like, they got into that gap area and they're hiding behind some chairs and stuff. I'm like, okay. And so at that point, this girl, like, she gets caught by security, and security's like, you need to leave out of this area right now.
And she's like, wait, is Matt still here? And he's like, no, everybody leaves after they're done performing. And I was sitting there thinking, no, I'm pretty sure that's Matt's car. I think he's still here.
Because when he came in, our seats, you could see where the cars were coming in
and stuff. He got there late, so we saw what car he pulled up in.
And stuff, and like, so we were like, no, Matt's car's he's here.
And so that girl got kicked out. She left. And then we see these girls start running.
Chasing after this guy, and he stops and he starts taking pictures.
So we run over there, and it's Matt.
It's Matt.
And we're like, I knew he didn't leave. We're like, oh my god, and we freak out, and I start crying, and we're like trying to take
our phones are like dead. And
our phones are dead. Her phone's dead, and my phone doesn't have enough storage, so we can't take a picture with him. And so everyone took a picture with him, and I was like, I can't take a picture, but will you give me a hug? And he was like, yeah, of course. And he gave us a hug, and he's like, I'm really sorry, guys, but I can't talk right now. I really have to go. I'm really late. And so he started walking away, and he walks through this like fence to get to his car. So all of us, we jump over the 2 fences, and and then we're at the caution tape again. And so everybody stops behind the caution tape because they know they can't go past there. But me and this one other girl, we were like, I don't care, let's go. So me and this one other girl ran to his car, and while I'm running, I'm deleting random stuff on my phone so I have enough storage. I was like, wait, Matt, I have enough storage. Can you please take a picture with me really quick? He was like, yeah, of course. And his family was like, Matt, come on, we have to go. And so he took a picture with me really quick, and then they left, and then we all chased his car.
Yeah, he was in LA that week, so it was like him coming out. He was tweeting. He was like, wow, traffic coming from LA to San Diego. I'm like, yeah, that's not good. But he was really sweet. He was like, because he said it so many times, like, I have to go. But like, he didn't want to leave us until like everybody was like got a hug.
Yeah,
or, like,
he took a picture with everyone before he left.
Yeah, or hugged them or did something for them so he left. So that way everybody like had something to remember, and it was really sweet because he's Matt.
Yeah. So that was our Digitour experience, but like you didn't even need a ticket to do that, like
VIP or anything like that.
If you really want to meet them, I'm sure you'll meet them someday.
Like either like if you go somewhere, like be there really early and like try to wait out front or something, or be there. I recommend being there afterwards, because after you see the area and how everything's set up, I would really say try to find them afterwards, because I feel like it's like much easier.
But we stayed like for like 2 hours afterwards doing this.
Yeah, because you stood, and after we chased Cody and Marcus Johns, like
we stood there for like at least an hour and
waiting, like blah blah blah. And a couple girls was like, "Oh, we're going," and I'm like, "I wouldn't go if I were you," but those girls left, and they're lost. But yeah, you make a lot of friends at these things, because like people say, you're here for
the same thing. You have the same interests,
or like you have certain people who are just not so nice. Like we stood next to this girl, and
she was really rude.
Yeah, especially to her mom.
Yeah, and she kept pushing us, trying to get to the front, and we were
dude,
like, we're all here for the same reason. We should all try to like be nice to each other. Like, it's not that big of a deal if you're in the front.
Yeah, and girls are really funny, because when you were at the stations, it was so like
everyone was pushed against each other.
Like security had to lift some girls out to get out from
because
the center.
They couldn't get out from the center.
Like girls weren't letting them move through. So like when we were getting to the center, this one girl was like, "Well, security's not gonna pull me out. So how should I get through?" And this other girl was all like, "You gotta say, move, bitch, get out the way." And I just like died laughing, and I found it so funny.
Yeah, and then I told her how she could get out, because we came from a way that you could get in and out easily. So I told her how to get out, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. You guys are so sweet." And we're like, "No problem."
That's one thing I would say, is that I would really wish I would have gotten like some girls' Instagram names, or like Twitter accounts, or like phone numbers or something to keep in touch with them, because they're like local with us, and if we ever needed like a ride somewhere,
yeah,
we could like share, carpool, something like that. But yeah, our experience was pretty cool. We met Carter too, but that was like completely different, but I'm not going into detail about that. That was insane.
Yeah. That wasn't, he tweeted where he was at, and we went and we found him.
It was like late at night too, so
it was like 1 a.m. and we were the only ones there.
And he was really tired, so he was like, "I'm so sorry guys, I'm really tired."
And so we just took a quick picture and left him alone, because he was like half asleep.
Yeah, it was pretty, he was sweet though.
Yeah, he was.
I want to meet him again.
Same when he's awake.
We gave him a piece of paper with our usernames too.
But he never followed us.
They're like, "That's okay, we still love you, but
it's whatever." Yeah, so that was our Digitour experience.
You can follow us. We will put our, like Nash and Kim always say,
we'll put our links below. Oh, look
and
at
sweatshirts.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
I know,
But we just got these today and we're like so excited. And it's like 100 degrees right now, but you know.
This is for you, Nash.
Yeah.
And
So if you want to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or anything, we'll put all of those below. So.
And I'm not gonna give you my personal because that's kind of weird. But if you find my personal, I'll let you follow me.
Well, thank you guys
Where'd
for
my
watching.
juice go? Oh.
If you like this, give it a thumbs up. Thanks.
If you don't, you still should give it a thumbs up.
Because you love us.
And you're cute.
Anyways,
And it's our first video.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching. Bye.